guys, it's Tabby, and I'm here to share another finished object with you. This one wins the most frustrating project of the year award with like a lot of different factors. So, this is the Cha Cha cardigan by Poison Girls by Amy Appel. The reason I wanted to knit it was these great puff sleeves. I am like Anne, I want a great puff sleeve. So the yarn I picked for this pattern, this is a fingering weight pattern. So when I bought yarn two years ago from Hirschner's, I bought three different types of yarn. I've already used the other two in different sweater projects, and I'll link to those. One was my beauty school sweater. It was a great mint color. I love the yarn in that. And the other one was the Miss de Havilland sweater, and that yarn was a DK. It was a nice yarn. This yarn totally and utterly sucked. I did not like working with it at all. It is by Premier Yarns, and it is the Shamrocks yarn. This is a 80% acrylic, 10% mohair, and 10% poly-made blend. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the mohair. It's not a nice mohair. You know, some mohair is really soft. That's probably like silk mohair. This one's kind of rough. It's kind of scratchy. There's like fibers coming off of it. This is what I have left. I got 2 skeins, and it was enough to knit this sweater. Each skein had 380 yards. I am going to be either chucking this or donating this. I do not want to work with this yarn again. It is not fun. It's kind of got that kinky, I don't know, some yarn is like, and it's thick and thin too in some spots. It's just not great. So terrible yarn aside, I don't know how much wear I will get out of it because of the yarn. And I haven't washed it yet, so maybe after washing it will become softer. I hope so, because I'm feeling kind of scratchy right now on like my shoulders, so that's not fun. It is a cute v-neck kind of cropped cardigan with the button band. So this is a paid for pattern. I did have some problems with the pattern, which is frustrating since I spent money on buying it. I think this is one of her earlier patterns because after like knitting this pattern and knitting the beauty school, I can tell some differences of how her patterns may have progressed. So it is shaped like the beauty school pattern, where you're doing short row shaping across the front and the back. You start with the shoulder, and then you knit the pieces separately, and then you join them in around at some point. The problems I had with this pattern were the sleeves, which was really disappointing because that was the reason I was knitting the sweater, was for that beautiful puff sleeve. So I started knitting the sleeves. I didn't have any problems with the body. I think I did add like a couple extra rows of ribbing just because I thought it was going to be short, and I have a long torso because I am a tall girl. I really had a problem with understanding the sleeves, and it was because on the short rows that you're doing on the top of the sleeve and you're adding fullness in, it's on the wrong side that you're knitting. It said to purl 60, and then you were supposed to wrap and turn, which took you like all the way over here. So I did that for my first sleeve. I followed the instructions faithfully like a good knitter should, and I came out with this, and it was like short. It didn't have that nice puff. It didn't look like the picture at all. And so I was searching Ravelry. I was trying to find other people's notes on the pattern, and I'm going, what secret information did they have that I don't have, and I don't understand this? So I thought about it, and so when I went to knit the second sleeve, I tweaked it. So instead of purling 60, I purled 40, which brought me about like I think here, which made more sense because like on my beauty school sweater, the rows are short. They're not like short on this side and really long on that side. So that gave me that full sleeve of what I was looking for in the picture of the pattern. When I first saw this pattern, and the picture of Amy in the sweater is black, and I didn't really think that was that cute, and I was like, oh, this pattern is not for me. But I saw someone else's pattern where they had someone else's project where they had knit this sweater in like a white or a cream, and they had the pink pom-pom trim. I'm not going to be doing the pom-pom trim because I'm just so done with this sweater. But I thought it was really cute in the white or the beige, and that's why I wanted to knit this. But just the sleeves, and then once I figured it out, I was purling 40 instead of 60, and then that gave me the shape I wanted. It was frustrating that they had told me the wrong number in the pattern. So the other problem I had on this was the button band. This is my second cardigan, and it's kind of my first cardigan doing a button band. The first cardigan I did was the Marled Mania by West, whatever his first name is. And that one was just open, so I had never done one with buttons before. So I think I have this gap at the bottom, so I think I should have started my buttonholes earlier, because now I have this one that up here that I need to sew up. So the button band was a problem. I picked up too many stitches and it was kind of all warped out of the way. It was like puckering, so I had to go pull that out and redo it because I had to pick up, I had it going too high, and the button band's kind of annoying because you're knitting backwards, kind of, in the sense that your needles and your stitches are reverse of what you're usually doing, and that takes me a little more, like, it's weird. I've done it before in ruffled socks when you turn the sock inside out and then you're knitting the ruffle. I don't like it. I don't know why it was done that way. I found these buttons in my stash, though on the back it was really frustrating because she doesn't tell you how many stitches to pick up. She just tells you make sure it's an odd number of stitches. So I picked up way too many, and this section here was just like bowing out. It wasn't sitting flush to my neck, it was just warping out. So I had like finished everything off and it would look nice except for this piece that was bowing out in the back, and then I had another buttonhole way up here because I was following the pattern instructions. So I had to rip all that out, redo it, pick up less stitches so it would sit flush with my neck. So this project, just between the yarn and the pattern, and I don't know if it was just me because someone else, I saw their picture, hadn't done the short little sleeves where they had done the 60 stitches instead of the 40 and had come up with those funky little sleeves. So I think it was somewhat me and the Terral yarn that I picked, and somewhat the pattern itself. Ultimately, I have a really cute sweater that I think will be great to wear over dresses because I think it's a little too cropped for me to wear with like a skirt, separate, but it will be perfect for summer like sundresses that I want to wear to like church or work that are air conditioning and they're a little just too cool to go in with just bare shoulders. Again, I don't know how much wear I'm going to get out of this because it is kind of an itchy yarn. But ultimately I wound up with a sweater that I wanted in the shape that I wanted. It was just kind of a hassle to get there. If you've ever knit the Cha Cha cardigan, let me know how your experience was. Until next time, please subscribe for fun, fashion, and knitting content, and have a beautiful day and happy knitting.